you know, sometimes people don't like networking very much. It's uncomfortable, it's awkward, they feel it's a bit artificial.
It's time consuming.
And women particularly, I think men are much more comfortable handing out a business card or saying, hey, call me, let's play golf, whatever it is. And women sort of go, oh, I don't want to see like I'm selling myself.
Yes. Yeah, and even I would say I watch young women here, and you've spoken here to our employees a couple times, and the questions I hear them ask are so basic about knowing when to put when to lean in or put themselves forward, when to object or offer a different point of view, what to do when they offered the point of view and nobody responded, which happens to everyone, but somehow we as women often feel it happens more to us. And then to look inside themselves and say, well, what part of that was me? That I could have maybe done it differently, and I'm going to commit to doing it differently next time.
Yeah, but unless you're doing it, and I think to your point, putting forward an opinion where there's a risk that people mightn't agree with it, there's a risk people might think it's silly. But you've got to take that risk, and I think when we hold back from that, we deprive people of the value we have to bring.
Yes.
And we miss an opportunity to build our personal brand.
Right.
And you're so right, it's risking that possibility. And I think you mentioned earlier about women, we set the standards so high for ourselves.
Yeah.
And we have that perfectionist, I've got to know everything before I do something or even say something.
Right.
Yeah, you must come across that.
Well, and in the Washington and New York worlds, where expertise is highly valued and everybody is really smart. So we have a phrase here, it's probably not all that lovely, but it's mansplaining. So sometimes men are very good at explaining the world to us, and I think women feel, oh, come on, let's just have an honest exchange of views. I don't really need you to explain the whole world to me. And so I think at that point, a lot of women shut down, as opposed to having, well, this is my point of view, or this is how I would come at it, or even a really well-timed question. I'm a big question asker. I actually listen a lot because I'm happier listening. But then that gives me the one time I'm ready to come back in with the one thing I want to say. And I don't always know what that is going in. So it takes me a while to listen, to know where I want to land and leave my last impression. So I'm much more interested in my last impression than my first one.
No, that's interesting.